Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todd. In front of us with the Prunus FM stereo, Bluetooth, MP3 player, portable radio. You can find it selling on Amazon USA for right around $25.99. It had just come out at the making of this video, so those prices could fluctuate. The box, pretty simple, J-289. Boy, there's a lot of model numbers. I can't keep track, so there's that. But good company. I mean, they're always coming out with something fun and new. And I really like this radio. We're going to talk about it, so. Alright. Okay, that's the box. What should we get in the box? We get to start the show. This high gloss piano black player. Now this thing is cool. Dual speaker. Sounds great. I'm loving it so far. Okay, get the radio. Of course, we get a charging cable. USB to USB-C. And we get a manual. So here's our manual. It's kind of a weird format. Nice and long. Great. See how this works out. I usually like to show this. So it's going to go like this maybe. Yeah, I'll go like this. And that way you guys can see everything. Precautions, the radio, all the little buttons and what they do in case I missed something. Yeah. So the interesting thing is it has an auxiliary input, but they don't give you the jack for it, which is unfortunate. There you go. Specifications. Kind of zoom in on that. If you guys want to read that, there you go. Boom. Yeah. It's got a digital screen, which is nice, and it's a traditional LCD. It's not like those old LED style ones, though I do like those. I have a Prunus J-289 I still use every day on my walks, and I love it. I think it's fantastic. Alright, so this is just for posterity again. So yeah, you got memories on here, which is nice. You can't manually add them though. It's just a auto scan and save type setup. But still, it's better than nothing. It does have a numeric keypad, which is good. It lets you manually enter them in right there. Cool. Okay, I think we're almost done with this. It's going pretty fast. It's got Bluetooth, of course. You know, I'm liking that more and more on my small devices, especially one like this. Stereo speakers. Sounds good. Alright, so there we are. Now stereo won't come through on this film because I'm filming with a mono mic, but in the person it's great. So if you have this sitting on a desktop shelf, you're safe 3-4 feet away, you can hear the stereo still, which is great. Whoops, should be doing this. There you go. You get the idea, right? Okay, cool. I think there's more to this. Yes, there is a headphone jack. Okay, cool. And after sales service, and we're done. Okay, let's get to the radio. So, dimension wise, it's kind of a longer style. We have a dimension of 6 3/8 of an inch in length. The height is 2 7/8 of an inch, and we have a thickness of 1 inch. So it's nice and slim. I do like that. It's compact, easier to take everywhere with you. Like the 328 is like this big, you know. And I love that little guy. It's like a little hammer man. It's got a little speaker like this, even smaller, and it just jams. I love it. This one's also very cool. So, yeah, let's do size comparison. I got a little CC pocket off to the side here to give you an idea. Current time is 11:58 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm near Chicago, Illinois, USA. For the sake of the band scan, we're in January 2026. Yeah, it's FM, so, you know, we're not going to be going crazy here. There you go. And then we have Skywave 2 in the house. Awesome. And we have a deck of cards. Iron Man. He's the man with the master plan. He loves M stereo players from Prunus land. He's Iron Man, who's trying to spin it faster than anyone can. Trying. He used to be able to spin. Come on, spin, buddy. Anyway, you get the idea. Super thin. It's about as thin as a deck of cards. Nice. All right, cool. So let's go over features of this bad boy. So I'm going to zoom it on down. All right. So yeah, this high gloss plastics. Now it feels kind of premium though. It doesn't feel too cheap. It's got this little chrome here. Nice. It feels sturdy enough to me. So yeah, liking it. Going to the front of the radio, you can see quite a bit going on here. We have our two speakers. They measure 1.5 inches each, and they sound great. FM stereo on this thing. We have Bluetooth in stereo. We have MP3 in stereo. Yeah, this thing's just all around great stereo player. Get some dust off of it. It is a dust magnet. Probably picking it up off the table here, but you get the idea. We get this LCD screen here, which is backlit with a white. Now it kind of washes the screen out, especially on my video. So I'm going to use like a little different backdrop here in a second. Let's go over these buttons real fast. So you'll see here we have a back button. Of course, that's going to be your track back, rewind. It's also going to be your preset down, and I believe scan, FM scan or seek down. So that's nice. We have pause, play, ATS scan. So press and hold the pause play button on FM radio, and it'll scan the FM band and save any presets it finds, or excuse me, any frequencies to the presets it finds. So yeah, it's a really nice setup. And then of course you would use these to navigate the presets back and forth. Pause play lets you also mute the FM audio when you're on FM radio. So that's good if you want to mute any conversation. You can't turn it down the volume fast enough. You can just hit the pause play on the FM radio. That's also nice to have. And of course you have your track forward, fast forward, preset forward, and seek forward. Repeat function, repeat one, repeat all in one folder over and over, and repeat all files on the SD card or USB thumb drive. That's nice. So you have 3 repeat modes. You don't have shuffle though, unfortunately. Some people like that, so it's missing on this radio. Mode button takes you, I believe, in no particular order, FM, Bluetooth, auxiliary input. Did I mention them all? Yeah, MP3, FM, auxiliary input, and Bluetooth. Yeah. So, and over here we have our numeric keypad for direct entering frequencies on FM. We can direct enter the preset number for FM, and also the direct enter the track number for the files on the MP3 player. So that's nice. And if you look here on 1 and 2, if you press and hold while the MP3 player is playing, it'll let you navigate folders. So you can go down a folder or up a folder. My SD card has 8 folders on it, and I can go through and hold this down and go to different folders. Like one folder has my YouTube royalty-free music, and my next one has old-time radio shows. You get the idea. It's nice. You can kind of put your stuff in a folder setup, and that's the best way to do it, to organize. Yeah, there are the buttons. Simple. Carry lanyard here on the top. And going to the top of the radio, we have the on-off switch. We have a volume control over here. We have our USB-C input. Charges about a half amp charge rate. It has an internal 1700 milliamp lithium battery. There's no way to take it out, unfortunately. But you know what? They last a long time. Like I said, my 328, I've been running for, 4 or 5 years, maybe 6 years. And I've been running it a lot and heavy. And all winter long I use it, at least a couple hours a day. And it's running great and haven't had a problem with the battery. And it's built into it as well. So yeah, you can expect it to last a long time. Here's our thumb drive. They said 128 gigabyte support for thumb drives and micro SD cards. And the micro SD cards at the bottom here. I expect the MP3 player is really cool. It remembers the current track and position within the track. So that's important to a lot of people. This radio does do that. So if you have an hour-long podcast, if you stop at a half hour in and hit start again, it'll start at that hour in. Fantastic. So here is our headphone jack and headphone experience. I always like to go over that. So no hiss, which is fantastic. We have stereo on everything. So FM stereo, stereo on Bluetooth, and of course an MP3 playback. Great. When you're playing on FM, Bluetooth, or MP3 with the headphones, it's all the same. It has weak lows, so if you're a bass monger and you love your bass, you're not going to like headphone experience on this radio. The speakers are nice, but the headphones, not so much on bass. But it has moderate mids and strong highs. It lends itself to listening to podcasts, old-time radio shows, pop music, and classical music. So those 4 things does really well. So if you're using headphones, that might be something to focus on if that's your thing. Antenna here is 16-inch and it swivels. Nice. So we get some great FM reception. Going to the back of the radio, got a little tag right there. There's our battery, 1700 milliamp hour. Like I say, it's internal. Yeah, it's in there. Bottom of the radio again, I think I showed you the micro SD card. It sits flush in there, out of the way, so nothing's going to happen to it. And it's got feet. Now the cool thing about this radio is it also stands. And it stays put. So it's actually hard to knock over. See how it wants to stay? All the weights at the bottom with those heavy speakers and probably the battery. So they did a good job balancing this radio so it doesn't tip over easily because it is a thin radio. So yeah, you're not going to be able to knock it over easily. So bonus. And it's something to think about, yeah. I had one radio where you just touch it, it's like bonk, like, oh, great. This one, no, this one's thought out, so yay for Prunus for getting that right. Awesome. So FM radio reception report before we get started. Then we'll demo the heck out of this thing. I'll demo the MP3 card and maybe a little bit of Bluetooth, and we'll jump to the FM band and do final thoughts. So FM reception report, 5-tier method, if you guys know, fair, okay, good, very good, excellent. An average radio, an analog old school one, like from the 80s, gives you right around a 48 score in my area where I live. And that's okay to good. It's right in the middle. So I figured that's my baseline. Anything above is better. This goes way above. This found 70 stations, giving it a 3-star rating. Solid, good category. Almost very good. I think very good starts around 75, 80. So yeah, it's a solid, good category. And then, of course, selectivity gets a 3-star rating as well. I give it a good value. So on FM, it's amazing. So if you're getting a great radio as well as a player. So it doesn't have to be used just as a player. You have good radio. So loving that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, fire this thing up. And I'm going to use a different backdrop. I'm going to put down this card so we can see the screen. It does, like I say, wash out. So bear with me here. Turn it on. Hi-fi. In person, you can read that.
3, 2, 1. You'll never have.
Yeah, in person, you can read that real nice. But as you can see, we got battery status over here, what mode we're on, TF, of course, what's happening in the middle, the frequency or track information. And over here, we'll have the various modes you're on. So you'll see that as we go through it. So we'll spend a few minutes here and then jump to the other things it can do.
Sacred stone. Oh, this you crazy mother.
So I think it has a timeout of around 30 seconds before that screen goes out. This light does go out. It just takes a little while. So I'm just going to fast forward this. This is Old Time Radio, Duffy's Tavern.
First.
Okay, wait till I get out off the ladder here.
Don't bother. I'll just toss the coin and I'll let you know how it comes out.
I stay up here and you gonna let me know how it comes out?
Yeah. Well, here we are. Call it, Eddie.
Okay, heads. And have a nice time.
What do you know? Tails, I win. Lucky, huh, Eddie? Eddie, I did not cheat.
I didn't say nothing.
I know, but in the future, I'll thank you to watch the tone of your silence. Well, I think I'll go and paint the town. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, before you go painting the town, ain't you forgetting two things?
What?
A, money, and B, a girl.
Eddie, if one has A, one can get B. And I happen to have my full week's paycheck, $15 worth of A.
What about it?
Well, the little address book is just busting at the seams here. I don't like to brag, but, you know the New York telephone directory?
Yeah?
They get their numbers from me. Let's see this book here, Rosie.
So you get fairly low volume. Let's see if we can get it right about there.
Emma Schultz. I ain't seen her in years.
Yeah, it's about as low as you're going to be able to get it. It's not too bad.
Just a neck in a old man's refrigerator.
I noticed the screen went out about a minute, a little longer than I thought. So that's interesting. All right, there you go. You got that, and it does turn off, so save power. So it's still running here. Let's go ahead and pause it, and then I'll show you. We just turn the radio. Whoops. Pause. We'll turn the radio off. Now this could be off for however long. You can go to the FM radio. You can do different things. Turn it back on. And it's gonna remember exactly where you left off.
Hello? Is Emma there?
Awesome. Okay, mode.
This is her husband?
And as you saw, I was changing the modes here, 1, folder, and all for repeat mode. So we'll leave it on all. But that's how that works. And of course, you could enter a track you want right here. Different tracks on the card. And yeah, you can pause play, of course. So let's go ahead and go to Bluetooth, see what's on there.
Is Hazel there?
Here's auxiliary. Like I said, they say you use a cable, special cable with the USB-C to, I'm guessing, a line-in jack? Yeah. So I don't know. I'd like to see that adapter. So Prunus, if you guys know where to get that adapter, comment below if you're watching this video. I don't know where to get the adapter, and if there is an adapter, at least I could link it with this video, because it's sold separately. And I'm wondering if Prunus sells it, because I haven't seen it. So that would be nice to have, because then you could do auxiliary with this. And I probably would use it. With maybe my little mini radio, you know, it's nice to have. Anyway, let's keep going here. Bluetooth. Should connect. I have my phone going. There we are. Good play.
It's Zoomer Radio's Theater of the Mind with Frank Proctor. Open your mind as we fill your head with amazing thrills, chills, and laughs. Theater of the Mind. The best love programs from radio's golden age. Only on Zoomer Radio. Now, here is your master storyteller, Frank Proctor.
Well, thank you, and good evening. You know, it's hard to believe that a ventriloquist whose lips could be seen moving when they're not supposed to could have been such a hit. The fact that he was on the radio must have helped. And the dummy, Charlie McCarthy, he was considered a real human being. So Bergen's talent...
So there you go. Yeah, I have my $29, I reviewed it, $29 Motorola G-Play way over there, just sitting there. And I was playing the Zoomer radio. And yeah, I was recording. So yeah, it's cool. I can listen to it on here instead of the phone. Much better than phone speakers. Yeah, so I'm enjoying this ability. So, and of course for podcasts, it's great.
Charlie McCarthy Show.
Okay, you get the idea. I think I can go to the next track. I also know a lot of classical music. If you guys follow my 30-day challenges, you'd know that. Just what I like. It's really nice and relaxing. I like having it. So, okay, so let's go ahead and go to FM, and then we'll do final thoughts. So let's go FM. There we are. So we're going to start out pretty much the bottom of the band. I think we can start at 87.7. It doesn't have 7.5, unfortunately, but we're going to hook up a wire because I'm on a subfloor basement, and we want to get some reception. So I got a little 22-foot wire. It helps with FM reception here. It goes to the window blinds, and I'll leave a link for that as well if you're interested in this wire. This works for FM and shortwave. If you don't have one, you should have one. If you're a radio lover or you want to get into radio, definitely get a wire. Again, it's 22-foot wire. It's very simple device, like $12, and it's an investment that'll pay for years of service.
Before that, right? Even before Bernie entered the picture.
Yes.
Yeah. Like when we were still in Maryland.
Thailand are making parallels with similar accidents seen in...
So I did some presets already on here, and it's actually stopping at my presets, probably because that's what stations it can pick up, even though I'm doing the seek function. So otherwise I could just be tapping the presets. So I'm going to do seek and just see if it finds anything extra versus my presets. We'll see what happens.
Completely thoroughly of something that you end up believing it with.
What God did in the new covenant, he said, there's coming a day I'm going to make a perhaps killing more than 100 workers inside in a quake that where not a single other building
Didn't help me feel any better, that's for sure. And then I remembered.
But I'm only in the outskirts and in the fringes.
Does that really add up? I've already banked around $200. That's serious. Christ Jesus, call his 94.7 WLS, #1 for the 80s and classic.
More. If it requires repair, in most cases, we'll deduct the inspection fee from any work needed.
Macy Ramos. I'm from Rochelle, Illinois. I love listening to 97.0 KM because y'all play the best music, and the hosts of the Steve Shannon Show are so enjoyable and down to earth.
If you want to run away with me. Really true. Is it really a part of him? Is it something that...
FM The Life. Join us every Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. Central Time. We'll share some great music, have a laugh or two, and get your weekend started on the right note. That's the Ear Candy Emporium Show, the home of sweet musical treats. Every Friday afternoon from 4 to 6, right here on 98.3 FM The Life. Or you can catch us streaming live.
The Life 98.3. Life's hits from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and now.
Je t'adore, je t'adore.
In the air. Rocketing in just 3 hours. It actually works. I feel like I'm in my 20s again. And I don't know what it all means. ServiceTitan can help you run and grow your business more efficiently, no matter how big it is today. Visit ServiceTitan.com to learn more. ServiceTitan.com. Individual results may vary.
One tap gets you the most live radio stations from all over the country.
For more info, or visit rrvbc.org. The 26th annual Rock and Roll Up Your
T-Quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-701-0239. That's 800-701-0239. U.S. Tax Shield. 800
We are hunters, voices strong.
The Ike or Lakeshore Drive, you know what's ahead before you get there. Accidents, delays.
Your toilet is your only place where you get to...
Anything.
So there's FM, and you can see you can move presets or you can seek. So it seemed like it was going to all my stations it found. So it found quite a few on its own with the auto scan and save. But when I did this, I manually entered each frequency every step to check when I did the band check, when I got the good rating on it. So yeah, very cool. So let's go ahead, power this down, and do final thoughts on this radio. So where's that switch? There it is. And we'll just kind of put that down. I do like how that's recessed there. Nice. Yeah, that's a good setup. Okay, so let's go over quickly likes, dislikes, wants, and final opinion on this radio. So the biggest thing here is the stereo audio on these speakers. It sounds great. These are those really nice, small, heavy magnet speakers that they have a lot of punch to them. I don't know if it came through in this video. I hope it did, because in person, it sounds good. The stereo separation is good, especially from arm's distance. Like I say, 2-3 feet away, maybe even 5 feet away. You can hear the stereo sound, which I love. I'm glad it has that. So yeah, it's a great little stereo radio. I reviewed a few. This one is impressing me just because it looks nicer. I mean, I had one that was more square, blocky. I can't remember the number of that one, but if you search Prunus, I think they made one. It wasn't as attractive as this one. This one definitely looks much better. I like this piano black color. The Piano Man. I like it. It's awesome. So yeah, stereo audio. Love it with this speakers here. Good FM reception. Okay, that's a no-brainer. It comes in fantastic. You're buying an FM radio. It better be good, right? MP3 player, of course, I love how it saves a position within the track. They could have just cheaped out and didn't do that. I'm thankful that they have a good MP3 player in here that it's able to do that. Of course, have the 3 repeat modes. At least it has those as well. Bluetooth is really easy and it sounds great. For a companion for your phone, this is a good one because, again, it's thin enough to take with you on a trip or wherever you're going and have Bluetooth audio with your phone. It's a nice thing. And it's balanced well. I mentioned that. I do like how it's balanced for such a thin device. Again, it's very hard to knock over. It does not need a stand. So it's going to stay where it's put. So that is also a big bonus. Dislikes and wants. A big one, a glaring one, of course. People are going to say replaceable rechargeable battery. That's one of them. There's another one, a real big one, is the EQ mode. EQ mode would be really nice on radio, especially with stereo like this. Now, not necessarily needed for using the speakers, but when you're on the headphone jack, boy, you really wish for the heavy lows, or at least some lows, when you're listening to, say, Pink Floyd, or Led Zeppelin, or AC/DC, or any of the good stuff, right? So if you're trying to listen to those good tunes, it just falls a bit short. You got to listen to, like I said, pop music, classical music, old-time radio, and podcasts to really enjoy it on the headphones. It's just what it is. It's just weak on the lows. Unfortunately, an EQ mode would help that. So, Prunus, add EQ if you can. Or, if you don't make this radio, tell the company that makes this radio, add EQ. I'm sure they can. So I've seen radios like this that have it. So, overall opinion, it's a wonderful sounding radio when using the onboard speakers. If you're using headphones, you, of course, may not be happy because of the lack of bass, which we just got done talking about. It gets a maybe recommendation. Usually I give it a full or maybe or not. This one gets a maybe because of the price of $25.99. It just came out, so the price is a little high for what you get here. But if this goes around $20 or under, I would give it a recommended buy all day long. It's worth $20 all day long. Definitely pick it up at 20, maybe a buck or two more. It depends on, do you like everything you see here? Do you want to spend a little bit more to get it? Go ahead. But $25.99, it gets a maybe at that price. I mean, if you're Mr. Got Bucks, then go ahead, get it. Or Mrs. Got Bucks, Miss Got Bucks, you know what I'm talking about. Then go ahead and pick one up because you'll be happy. It's a good little radio. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a like if you did. 2, if you want to see more Prunus radios. Hit subscribe to the bell icon if you haven't already. And 3, comment down below what you think about the J-289. Is this something you think about picking up? Does it have enough features for you? If there's something lacking that I missed, go ahead and comment below. Probably a few of you will say recording feature. Recording feature would be nice because you have a micro SD card there and you listen to FM radio and you might want to record some of that FM stereo goodness. I get it. And you can play it back anytime at your leisure. Yeah, I like that fact too, that all-in-one device. Those are always nice. So recording mode, I didn't mention that as a want, but I'm sure you guys would mention it. But yeah, let me know in case I missed something. Definitely tell me. I'll read them. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in my next awesome video.